Good morning everyone, it's Behzad here again from Make It Simple channel. Welcome back to another video of how to creating a simple login app using Android Studio and using Java language. As you remember from our previous video, we added our SDKs to our project and creating an access and permission in our manifest Java page to let the app access to our network states of the user. In today's video, we are going to initializing our layouts, especially our sign up page, and we are going to prepare our Firebase to receiving data and let the user to sign up on our app. Let's get on to it. So we are on our login page. If you remember from our previous video, I've changed the name to login page and you may have it as a main activity. So if you haven't seen that video, I will leave the link in the description. You can just check it out and see how we changed the layout's name. So what we are going to do is I'm following in a method. I will call it as a container method. What does that mean? Let me write it down for you first on create and bring it down. So what I am doing here, as you see, I've created and I put a comment at the start of the method and the end of the method. So I'm creating a container. So the reason I'm doing it, because the more you are developing your apps, you have to building and using another objects, and sometimes your work area is getting too crowded, and if something's going wrong, it takes time to understand what it went wrong. And if you do not have these blocks, based on my experiences, it will be hard for you, and when it's getting hard and panicking, you cannot think and it takes time. It's all about time consuming, and trust me, I use this method for a long time and it works and it will help you a lot. So if you're getting a habit of doing it, that will help you a long way. So what I've done, I've created just a tag on top at the end of the project, and the bottom curly brackets, I just put it down on the main. So then I know this bracket is belong to our main class. So we're initializing our bending page for here as a login bending page. So what we are going to do is come to onCreate method inside below our super. Just come down. We have to initialize this one and we have to assign it to something. Just write down login bending. Just repeat this name. So equals to, we're using our main class with a capital L. Login page bending, just below down you have to see inflates, not the bottom one, the first one you see, it says layout inflator. Just tap, and inside the parentheses just write down get layout inflator. The top one, as you see here, just click on tap and semicolon. Comes down. Now we need to creating a view object. Just write down view. Just make sure you're using the correct one as a view android.view, not the Firebase one. View small v equals to, now we have to get a route to this bending view. Just go and login bending with the small l dot get route. So now we have to let the user to, when it's landing to our login page, we have to show them something. So what we are going to do is we just put down set content view, as you see the view, and just write down v with a small v, and we all set. You may have this set content view here. I'll just show you. So do not confuse yourself. When you're starting or creating something, you should have it here as let's say r.id.login page or something. But what I've done here, I just cut it off from here. I brought it down below the view and I assign it to the view which I've created right now. So we are modifying our project. So do not confuse this set content view with the top one if you have it. Just simply cut that one we already have, bring it down below the view, and just set content view, assign it as a view. So we're done here. Then we are going to our XML page. So if you don't have it, just go to your projects, app, come to resources, not the generated one, the top one. below the layouts, click, and you should have login page or main activity if you haven't changed the name yet. So I've already have it open. Just go on our login page. So you should see something like this. We're creating a layout from the previous video. So we are coming to internal tag here. Just write down orientation as a vertical. So what does that mean? As you see here, whatever objects we are going to create, they are just going to sit vertically next to each other. And if you put a horizontal, they're just sitting next to each other horizontally. We need it as a vertical, so I'll put it as a vertical. Then we are going to give a padding to it as a 20 dp, dependent in pixel. So what is padding is it just gives a gap between the edge of our screen, which is called parent, a 20 pixel down from each side. So it gives us a good space, and whenever the user is going to use a landscape mode, that will help to stretch our objects assigned to the width of the screen. So padding will help you a lot. Then we are done here, just below down. We are below here between the, inside our linear layout, basically tag. We need to edit text. Is match parent, the width, and the height will be 50 dp and forward slash. So what is this edit text does? We're creating an ID for it. We put the ID as user login email. So the names for each object or edit text or whatever, they are optional. But what I recommend is use the IDs or creating a name related to the object what is going to do. For instance, in this example, we are going to use this edit text to get a login email from our user. That's what I put, a user login email. And however you're creating the tag's name, it's up to you. It's optional. But I will recommend to follow me as the way I'm doing it now, in case if you're facing any crash, so it will be easier for you to chasing up what have you done. Later on, you can change it to whatever you want. So I left it as a user login email. I just come down here. We need a hint. What hint does we asking the user what we want? It will be email. And that's it. That will work for now. Then we're coming down. Later on, we will come back to this page and we fix it up later. But for now, we need to get an access to our register page to set up our page. So what we are going to do, we need a link, which I use text view. We can use it as a link. Just wrap content, the width, the height will be wrap content forward slash. The ID, it will be related to what is going to do. We are saying new user link. That's the ID for this text view. Then I'll put a gravity or layout gravity. It will be center. So I will just keep our text from the center. I will expand it out. Then it will be margin top, which margin top will be 30 dp. So what it does, it will get 30 pixels gap between the edit text, which is email, to this text here. What is going to show to our user? Don't have an account. Click here. So it shows, then it would be text size. It comes up to 20 dp. That will be correct. Text style, it will be bold, and that shows, and everything's working perfect. As I said, we will come back here and we expand our layout, but for now I need just this text view or link to get access to our register page. So we are done for now. Now we are going back to our login page class to set up our user to send it to our register page. So inside on create, below our set content view, what we are going to do, we're getting an instance with this object. We need this object to using it. Login binding dot. Now we got two variables here, which one of them is a text view, one of them is edit text. These two variables are here because we got an instance from this page. That's why it shows it here. show you one more time. I got a text view and edit text. User login email, new user link. And I use exactly the same audio I've created here. So we need our link, new user link, dot set on click listener. What set on click listener does, it will execute an action. So we put a new capital ON. You should see here view on click listener. Just tap and it will generate it for you. Then we need to transfer the user who is landing on our login page to our register page. So below our, inside these brackets, just write down start activity. As you see here, intent, make sure you are using the correct one, not the below one, just intent here. Tap, then new space, intent with a capital N. You're getting a content, tap. And here we should tell the app from where we have to send our user. We are on our login page. This is where we are going to start with this. Then we put a comma, and then we are going to register page.class, and that's it. So we're getting the user from here, sending it to register page, and we finish here. Now we are going to run our app to see how it works. Here it is. This is our landing page, which is login page. This is the text we created, and this is the email address. Now click on here, as I told you, just click on here, and it will transfer the user to this page, which basically doesn't have any content now because we haven't created anything. So for now, this is fine. It works perfectly. And now we're going back to our register page. So come back to our project on left hand side corner on your app, come to Java, the top one, you are having a register page, which we created from our previous video. Double click here. This is what you should see. This is what I said from the beginning. This is what you got. I will comment it out for now because I don't need anything. Do not delete it, just comment it out. Then I do not need login page. I do not need login page. And you're coming back to your project, come into resources, down here, come into layout, and we are working on our register page. It's coming up, and this is how you're seeing it. Go on your top right corner here, just click on a middle shape, and this is how you can write down your codes, and this is what you can see from your app. So come up, we need to change our constant layout to our linear layout. Just drag and keep it highlighted. Do not delete it. Just leave it as it is and just write down linear layout with a capital L. Click, bring this one down, and now our layout is ready. So we're basically following what we've done in our login page. Just coming here, we put orientation as vertical, and we're putting our padding as 20 dp. So that works. Now what we are going to have is just edit text. It will be match parent, the width, and the height will be 50 dp and /. What is this one going to do? It will be new user. It will get the full name, new user full name. Done. Then we need to give a hint to it, full name. Then we need to give a padding to internal gap here. As you see here, we will use it later on. It will give 10 dp gap inside this edit text. Then it will be gravity, it will be center. So we are making sure this layout, it stays in the center of our parent view. Then input type, what is going to get is going to get text because we're using text for getting our full name. And we bring in margin top from our parent, it will be 150 dp. So for now, we can change it later on, but for now we just put it as 150. So that works. Then we are going to copy here, and below this edit text, paste it again. The reason I copied it is because the set out for all of these edit texts or objects are similar to each other. And again, this is just is habitual, and whenever you are coming back to use them, because they've set it up look like each other with a different name, it will be easier to someone read your code or even yourself. So I recommend, again, is not compulsory to follow the way of I'm working. Whatever is easier work for you, just do it. But this is based on my experiences, and now in the long term is going to help you. But whatever is comfortable for you, just follow it. Now we are going to here new user email. We're changing in here. This is right, this is right. The hint has to be changed to email. Padding is correct. Input, it will be text email address. And margin top, because this is 150 is too much, just put it as 30 dp. That's work, and copy it one more time. Now this it will be new user password. That works. The hint, it will be changed to password. Grab this enter, and input will be text password. Margin top 30. That works. Now I got a full name, email, password. Now I need a gender. So what you are going to do, we need a radio group, not radio button, radio group. It will be wrap content, and now you just put a less mark. You have to cut, or you have to close your tag here, same as, because the radio group is a layout, is basically is a layout, is not a tag. So that's why you have to make sure you close it down. It's coming down here. We are going to say again gravity, it will be center. Margin top, it will be 30 dp. Then we need to give a padding to it, 10 dp. Orientation, we need a horizontal. I'll tell you in a second why horizontal, because we want to text sit next to each other horizontally. And we need an ID for it. ID, it will be new user gender. That's it for now. Yeah, coming down here inside our tag, inside our radio group layout, we're just coming down. We need a radio button. We need actually 3 radio button, wrap content, /. This is a tag, and radio group is a layout. Then I give an ID to it. It will be male. Then coming down here, it will be text, because we are going to show what is this radio button does. We just say male. Checked, true. What check does, it will just initialize it with a yes, the user is a male, unless they are going to change it. So that's it. And copy here, bring it down, we change it to female. And you cannot check it because the radio button is just once at a time. So I'll delete off this one, because I want to initialize it, just let the user, we assume, is a male, and will be female. Then we are going to have another one, and this is will be unspecified for the user which they do not want to tell what is their gender. Unspecified. And just copy this, bring it down here, and done. Now we need just one button as a register button to let us to register to our page. So come down to below radio group. We need a button, just capital M button. It will be the width match parent. The height will be 50 dp. And /. We are going to give an ID to it, new user register button. Margin top will be 30 dp. Oops, sorry, will be 30 dp. gravity will be center, then text is going to be register, and that works. Perfect, done. And we assume the user come to this page wrongly, we have to be able to send them back to the login activity. So for doing that, we need a text view which we created from our login page. Just write it one more time. Text view, it will be wrap content. Sorry, it will be wrap content again. Wrap content / ID, it will be already user link. Gravity will be center, margin top, it will be 30 dp. Text is going to be already have an account. Click here. So the user clicks here and we'll send them back to our login activity or login page. Then it will be text style, it will be bold. Text size, it will be 20 dp, and all good for now. So our layout is, we are not going to run app yet. We are going to our Firebase database to just check and set up our activity, and then we'll come back here and we will run the app. So go to your Firebase. This is what you see when you started, because we are on our login app demo which we created from our first video. Click on it. It will come to analyze. On your left hand side here below your develop folder, just come to authentication, click, and we have to let the user somehow sign up to our app. So we're just going to set up sign in method. We are going to register with email and password. Just click on here and just enable it and save. That's it. So now we will let the user to sign in and sign up to our app using their email and password. Then we need to set up one more thing, is we go into our database below our own thing, click on database, then scroll down here, you come into real-time database and you're just creating on a database. Just go on test mode, enable, and here the security says everyone can read or write from the database. Because this is just showing purposes, just click on dismiss. Now here just click on increase, name, it will be app. I'll tell you why we are creating it later on, but just for now just follow what I'm doing. Just write it down as a true and enter. I will tell you later on why we set it up this. So our Firebase is ready. Now we are going to run our app and see everything is working fine. Our app is ready. If we click on here, you should not see anything beside our white page with no content. And that is because we commented our content view from our layout. So that means we do not have any layout to be shown. So we come back to our register page. We are going to do exactly the same thing we've done for our login page. Come to your field area above your override. Just comment down here as on create. Above here, we need logt. We need a main tag to creating for this activity, tab and tab. And here, our page is register page. Just capital register page. Register page, bending, the second one, paste, and with capital lower s, register bending, and semicolon. We follow exactly the same thing. Come below your super, just we assign into register bending equals to capital R register bending, inflate, get layout inflator, semicolon. We need to creating a view. Again, remember you're using Android view, not the database. Small v, equals to our register binding, which the objects we're creating, and get a root, semicolon. And our set content view, just cut off the comment, delete off here, sorry, and just write down as a view, which we created in here. We restart our app, see what comes up. Our app is ready. Click here, and it will transfer ours to our register page. As you see, this is what we created right now. Click on here. If you click on the button, it doesn't work. Nothing is work. Everything is ready to work on. So just recapping what we've done, we initializing our viewBinding. We set it up our register page or layout, set up our Firebase authentication and database to prepare to accept new user to our app, and then we're running everything. And here for now, as you see, nothing is exponential. So in next video, we'll work on our register page to develop and register a new user to our app. So if you have any question, please write it down on a comment and I will respond them as quick as I can. So until the next video, see you later.